Hello everyone, K Kim here with the Traders Club. Today is February 9th, 2018, Friday. Happy Friday and welcome to the market update. Hope you guys had a good week trading this week. And market has been closed about 15 minutes or an hour or so as I record this video. Hope you guys had a good week trading this week. I've been very busy this week trading, buying these dips here on different names and the indices. So I'm gonna make this video short. Just finished like hour and a half members video, so my brain is pretty much fried at this point. So let's keep this short and precise and succinct. But I want to give you certain levels. I want to give you a good level to look at going into next week. So obviously, let's just quickly look at moving averages here. Obviously yesterday or earlier this week, 100 SMA, we saw a little bit of dip buying opportunity in that vicinity where we gapped down and then buyers rushed in on that 100 SMA level. And then, quickly got rejected at that 50, as you can see over there. And then we saw that big Marubozu candle yesterday and just pretty much swished down, creating more fear. And then today, we gapped up a little bit, actually quite a bit, and then in the morning or during the intraday session, it pretty much kind of came back down, hit the 200 SMA. Dip buyers came in, and then this thing has gotten back up here. So let's look at, first of all, we did find support at 200 SMA, and that's the important level you want to look at. So 200 SMA, we found support there. We're gonna go back to it, and then we're gonna go back to history and see why that level is important. But for second, let's look at this. Let's look at some candlestick patterns. So you can see right there, if we just look at these 2 days candlestick pattern right here, what we see is that we have bearish Marubozu candle, pretty much shaved top, top and the bottom. Pretty much just throughout, pretty much just crushing this thing down to the downside. And then today we have a green candle kind of in the middle of the previous day's bearish candle. So that's actually a bullish Harami pattern, right? So bullish Harami pattern that needs to be confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed yet. With we have a dragonfly doji candle, which is this candle right here. That's a dragonfly doji candle. We got the long lower wick, and then a little bit of a wick at the top. If there was no wick at the top, it would have been a hammer candle. But with the wick, we got dragonfly doji there. But I mean, they're pretty much similar kind of a characteristic, what they known as a bullish reversal candle. So we got the bullish Harami pattern last 2 days, and then we got the bullish dragonfly doji candle that needs to be confirmed. So what it needs to do is it needs to get above 268.10 and then stay above it. And what we want to see is these moving averages 10 and 20 MA starts to curl back up like this and create a higher low and continue higher like that. Then you can say that bullish Harami pattern is confirming, that dragonfly doji is also confirming. So as of now, we have these patterns, but they're not confirmed yet. So let's see how that plays out next week. But we also have to understand when we're doing kind of a, like a short-term, candlestick analysis, location is very important because, I mean, you could have, this was kind of a bullish piercing candle right here, and that actually got failed. It was never confirmed, right? You see that we got the bearish candle the day before. It gapped down lower, but it ended the day the halfway of previous day's candle. So that's known as bullish piercing candle, which then needed to get above this day's candle, which it didn't do that. It actually got rejected at 50, so it never confirmed. So same thing can happen here with this bullish Harami pattern last 2 days, and then with the these dragonfly doji candles. So let's see if that confirms next week, and we'll follow up. But let's look at this level. If this level is important level here, 200 SMA. Obviously, we haven't seen S&P or Spider retesting the 200 SMA for quite some time now, since the election, prior to the election, right? So this was when prior to the election we hit that 200 SMA. Ever since then, this thing has not yet retested 200 SMA for about a year or so, and finally we're here, right? So in the Brexit here back in June 2016, that's where we tested 200 SMA before getting back up. We came back down to the 200 SMA prior to the election, and it's been in about a year, a little bit more than a year. Finally, we're getting back at the 200 SMA. So keep that in mind. 200 SMA does have impressive resume, meaning it did find strong support. It did act as strong support back in June 2016 and November 2016. Currently acting as pretty strong support as of today in February of 2018. So as far as that location is concerned, that is actually pretty strong location given the fact that these two levels act as strong support in the past. Also, if I draw a long-term uptrend support level from here, like this, actually let's connect it from this low right here. So you can see, okay, let's do this again, right here. So you can see that right there. You can able to see that this low, this is from 2016 February low to the prior to the election November 7th or 6th low, and then today. So you can see that right now in this vicinity we have rising long-term uptrend support line coinciding with 200 SMA, and also we have bullish Harami with bullish reversal candle, which is Dragonfly Doji, right? And let's look at Fibonacci, because I think Fibonacci can really give us, well, is this really a strong level of support? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do a Fibonacci from the up top, and we're gonna come down to right here, because I believe that we had this move and we had this correction. I really feel like this move really started from the March, late March. I think this is when this move started, because I think, you know, after the election, we saw that kind of an election hyped up move, and we saw the initial kind of a correction, about 3.5%, about 4% correction. We saw this. So I think it's a good level to gauge from up top here. That swing high, that all-time high at 286-ish, and then the bottom will be that March lows, late March lows, and you can see that that 50% was what kind of trying to find some support just a couple days ago, which is, you know, coinciding with the 100 SMA, right? You saw that kind of a gap down and move to the upside here. Let's zoom in here, kind of look at that. Right, so that's the 50 MA, right? You see that this thing gap down. We saw the first dip buyers coming in at that 50 EMA, or not 50 EMA, 50% retracement, right? And then that failed. The second time the dip buyers came in is today, which is exactly at the last level of my fib. So that last level is actually 61.8% retracement. It's just been flipped. Don't worry about that. So basically, this retracement from the top to here is 61.8% pullback, measuring from here to 231 to 286. So measuring from 280, 232 to 286, it came down 68.1%, 61.8% decline. A pullback. All right, so let's recap all of this here. So let's see. Let's draw the line. So let's recap all of it. Not to mention, keep that in mind, not to mention, I think we had a gap right here that was open. You see that gap right there? That gap was filled today. There's a slight gap right there that was also filled today. But so basically, if we go back and recap everything, 200 SMA we found support, we got the rising uptrend support, we got the last level, last level of fib right here, right? So we got the last level, 61.8% retracement, rising uptrend support, 200 SMA, and in that vicinity we have bullish Harami that has formed with bullish Dragonfly Doji. So I think this is a likely place to see a bounce next week if we do see continuation. If we do lose this level, there are a few other levels we can look at, but I think right now this is a very strong level. If we can hold 252, and right now actually the price is above the 50%. If I actually go to line chart, we are actually finding support at 50%. You see that we never really came down to the last level of fib. We are actually finding support at the 50% retracement today in the last few days if I actually go to line chart. You know what I mean? So you can see that we're back above it. So I think if we can hold the worst case scenario 250 to let's say 250, I think the micro term 259, 260, I think this level, if we can hold above this level, I do think the market can bounce here. So let's kind of see how it plays out next week, and then we'll follow up on the next Friday's market update video, and we'll go from there. Let's look at IWM. IWM, I've done all the homework for you guys. I've drawn all the lines here. So basically, you can see that prior resistance right there, right? Prior resistance, new support, right? That was resistance. And then you got the rising uptrend support coming from all the way from November of 2016. That was support. This was support back at what? August 23rd, 2017. And that's where we're at today. Keep that in mind. 200 SMA is also residing in that vicinity. You can see that that's my 200 SMA right here coming in. That pink moving average. That's that. And then the last level of fib, which is at 144. You can see, so all the price, so all this technical level is colliding this two level here. So let's say 145, 143, right? Let's kind of give it some room here. So let's 145, 143 is for IWM. If we can able to hold, if we can able to hold this level right here, this band of support, right? Next week, if we can see a bounce, I do believe that we can able to continue higher to the upside. Let's look at the, yeah, so we also have Dragonfly Doji here, kind of like a bullish Harami as well. You can see the long bearish candle yesterday, and we are kind of close to halfway of yesterday's candle. This is actually a textbook Dragonfly Doji, right? There's no body. There's a textbook Dragonfly Doji. I think the spider is more like high wave spinning top. But again, these terminology is not as important as what kind of characteristics they carry, what they are saying, what the story they're telling us. So basically, right now, so spider, IWM, they both have these characteristics here, and they are trading at a pivotal level with all these technical levels are colliding. So, but again, we need confirmation. We need to see some follow through. We haven't seen that yet today. I think for Russell to really confirm these patterns, this bullish Harami and the Dragonfly Doji reversal, we will need to kind of get above kind of a 150, 151. If we can have to stay above 161, I think at that point maybe a little pullback, something like that, then maybe we can continue higher. So for Spider, obviously we're looking at about 169, 170, 169-ish, and we would want to see buyers reclaiming 10 and 20 MA to the upside, and you want to see these things kind of start to curl back up. You want to see 10, something like this, and the price goes above it, pulls back, hit 10 and 20, and then bounce. Something like that. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. So we'll see how it plays out next week, and then next Friday's video will follow up. Have a wonderful weekend. Good luck trading next week.